I have one more question for Neal here, just a bit about us. We partner with active operators in the US to be our boots on the ground. So locating and picking the cities and regions we want to be in is at the core of our business. And we're open-minded. And of course, we follow the numbers. So Neal, I'd be very interested to know your top pick for multifamily assets as far as the city.
And the state. I mean, I think you mentioned the city as far as Ohio. I believe it was a city in Ohio. But as far as the state and Ohio, if you can speak of it, maybe not just the only top city, but maybe the top three.
Yeah, that'd be great.
If Neal Bawa is bullish about a city, that's where we want to be.
Well, I'll give you those, and I will point you to a presentation where I only talk about the top cities in this, in a particular year. The presentation is done in Jan, and I'll share again for a second so you can see it. Here we go. So it's called Real Estate 2021 Trends. It's a very wide-ranging presentation. You can watch it on multifamilyU.com. But here's my answer to the question. It's a very specific question, and I have a very, very specific answer. And so my favorite cities for 2021 for investing, and let's see if I can click on this. No, nope.
Just one thing I want to mention here is all the websites that Neal mentioned were all free website, and all the information he's providing is not paid. So this is not a plug where someone is coming in and trying to sell something. And that's what the incredible thing about it is. Like I say, I've learned so much from the man. So just want to appreciate that.
Thank you. We do appreciate you a lot.
Thank you. Amongst small cities in the US, the best one, which is actually fairly close to you guys, is Idaho Falls. You can get to Idaho Falls from multiple places in the US, multiple places in Canada as well, because it's kind of fairly close. It's on the northern side. Why Idaho Falls? It's really the only city that grew in 2020. Incredible numbers, just insane numbers during the pandemic. A lot of growth because of its nuclear facilities. Nuclear is now growing again in the US. Other cities that I like, and I actually have my own picks here. Take a look. Underperforming and best markets. Well, my pick for underperforming market is Indianapolis. And for best market is Phoenix. Phoenix is expensive. So I suggest that you look 30 or 40 miles outside Phoenix. So the metro itself is very strong, but maybe look 30 or 40 miles out and you'll see some. Buckeye, for example, is 44 miles out, and I think is an interesting city to look at. But Phoenix Metro is my top pick. Indianapolis is what we call the up and coming market. Indianapolis does not qualify on the crime basis, though its crime is dropping. So what I suggest is when you're looking at Indy, just be extra careful about crime. So those are some of my favorite markets. The presentation goes on and talks about multifamily and single family market. I'm going to skip past all of these. So you notice here, I've got pages and pages of markets, and really what's important is context, right? So watch the presentation. I'll give you context on why Killeen, Texas, a very small city of 146,000 people, is a terrific city to invest in.
Amazing, incredible.